What's up, disc golf fans? This is Derek Scull with Gatekeeper Media, and yet again we have Mike Moser beside me on the mic for guest commentary. We are on the final round. That's right. We made it, folks. Final round coverage for the 2019 Stafford Open at the beautiful Stafford Woods in South Jersey. This event is brought to you by Innova Champion Discs. It is the second year of it being an A tier, and this coverage is made possible by Innova Disc Golf. Let's go ahead and take a look over at the leaderboard here. Matt, he's been on a tear. I mean, Mike, you're all right beside him, and then you got Colten right on your heels. And with the new addition of the card, Reid here. So, again, we've been having varying cards of all different companies. So, something really to be said about the variety here. Overall, we got, Reid is in the command there for fourth place pretty solidly. I mean, he's
got two people on his tail.
Yep. So, I mean, anything could happen on this final round, and let's jump into hole 10.
Okay, here we are starting on hole 10 again in the final round. Once again, it's a straight shot, 257. Don't want to go left, don't want to go right, and you get in trouble early. This could get you an easy 2 to start off or a 4 real quick.
Mm-hmm.
That's starting off. He over-hyzered it again. It's like the same shot, but I think he got through this time.
Yeah,
maybe.
he's on the edge comparatively.
So I'm staying inside that tree that I hit the first 2 rounds.
But that's looking great.
That's how I've been trying to do it.
It only took 2 rounds.
Right. Colten. Flipping a little early, but I think it fed down there.
Yeah, he should be pin high, maybe a little long even.
And here we're getting our first look at Reid, our left-handed player.
Yeah. It's always good to see a lefty's perspective, and it looks like he's just going to lace his right up the gut.
No, absolutely perfect.
Let's see if we can have Matt do Matt Bell things.
6 feet outside the circle. Start the round.
Trying to be quiet for him, but oh
solid.
Man,
look at that! Yeah,
give us a thumbs up.
That was good. Didn't want to give me that stroke right away because I got 6 strokes to make up on him. So I'm going to have to play really well and hope that he might miss that once or twice to make a run at him.
Okay.
So,
2 for 2 for the birdies.
We did feed all the way through the woods there.
And these are going to be nice, clean, easy birdies. So we're going to start round 3 with what appears to be a star frame. It's not over yet, but I would say pretty safe to assume.
There we go. Now we can assume.
Yeah.
Yep. Good way to start off for everybody.
All right, jumping into the longest hole of the course.
Yep, here we 775 feet. This is a beast if you get off the fairway, but most of us will be throwing a mid-range or a fairway driver down to this area, hopefully. And from there, then you're going to have to get a little creative, throw some kind of forehand or long anhyzer shot, trying to get around this bend. And anywhere near this ditch is a great shot. And then you still have 200 plus to get back to a tricky little green. That looks nice and low.
Yeah.
Maybe hyzered a little early. Oh, a big skip.
That carried over pretty far to the left, it looked like.
Hard to tell.
And have you thrown the same disc
every time?
Every time here?
Yeah.
It's hard to deviate, I'm sure, once you have it dialed in.
I know what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Colten here, I mean, last round he found himself with that triple bogey, so I know he doesn't want a repeat of that. And it looks like that puts him in a pretty good place to at least try to make that not happen.
A little right of the corner, but it looked like it went all the way through everything. And then trying to finish left.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good second tree. I mean, definitely has a tougher first shot, but the second shot sets up great for a lefty. Hold it over, hold it. All right, that kept him on the edge.
So at this point, I mean, according to the placements that you had outlined during the flyover, I mean, he's on pace for shooting a par.
Yeah, that's where he wanted to be after his first shot, and now he's where he wanted to be after his second shot. So I was really tight to those first trees, and I threw a roller, and it actually ended up pretty good.
Yeah, it gives yourself some opening over there.
Now, Matt did get a little left.
It's
Not
probably
sure.
safe to assume it's down there, right?
So Colton's trying to reach out to that fairway too, off to the left, and he decided to try the roller too.
I think that might have gotten a little left on him.
So I think I have a flip up tunnel shot here. I flipped up nicely. Got me down there for a chance for my birdie. And Reid's a little off to the side of where the fairway is.
Okay, and that's got some carry there. It's going to get him there.
Nice shot. Very nice.
All right, great recovery overall from hitting that early tree.
And Matt's even further over to the left, and it's tough over there. There's not many good lines to try anything. That high stuff.
And that gets him there too.
What a shot. Oh, he catches one of the late trees. That's part of that high route. There's a lot of branches, but you got to go high to get over the laurel trees.
And that looked like it fizzled out there at the end.
Nice birdie.
Just continuing the trend.
Yep. Not giving me any room.
No, really not.
Good. Happy to get that birdie. Good putt.
Quite a difference in a triple, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure he's okay with that par. So no bogeys this time. That's pretty good. 2 birdies, 2 bogeys. That's good overall score for the hole as a group. So hole 12, we're going slight uphill here. This hole's been moved back a little from years past, and you want to basically fly all the way to the end of this gap. You're going to go to the right of those trees that you're passing left of now, and hyzer into those hollies to your right. That's kind of how we were trying to play the hole.
Yeah, and I had mentioned it before, but that is such a tight green there. I mean, you could be inside the circle and still have a bunch of trees in front of you. So, it really adds an extra bit of technicality to the hole.
Right, yeah. That looked good, what he was trying to do. Those hollies, like you said, we're throwing out those hollies, and of course the hollies really catch things.
It looks like you went a little more outside this time around.
I came out and practiced this one in the morning because I was having trouble with it, and I altered how I was playing the hole.
Well, it seems like that one worked out for you really well. Round 2 being kind of where Colten just found himself right there.
Yep, that's a tough spot. He's probably got a blind shot, has to navigate through some of the underbrush there.
So lefty backhand.
He's probably going to take the inside route. Nope.
Wow.
He's going, nope.
I think that might have just gotten away from him a little.
Yeah, it did. Look at, he's throwing a putter too.
Probably just thinking, I just need to get on top of that hill and then play the 3.
Very nice recovery shot, though.
Yeah, he's still going to be able to play that 3.
So here you get to see all the little trees you were talking about and how much they're in play. This was a tricky putt. He had to put like Anheuser nose up. Yep. I was watching him carefully. I was standing behind him because I'm right there, almost in the same spot. It's an Anheuser nose up under the stuff.
All right.
Yep.
You're able to collect that field data from Matt's run and then and commit. That's great.
And I got a stroke on Matt.
Welcome back, folks. We're going to jump right into it at 13. It's going to be a downhill finishing to the right. This tree that we're coming up here on our right, that's going to be the tricky one that a lot of people find themselves, and you don't want to finish far left here.
Yeah, pretty much you just want to try to go straight down the middle. And not like that.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to find a gap over there.
Yep.
So it looks like everyone is proving to show that I'm not knowing what I'm talking about and hitting the opposite tree here.
Yep. That's 3 for 3. Colten was trying hard not to pull it to the right that time and hit the left with the rest of us.
This is a lefty dream here.
Got to get it flat, though. It's still the same thing. It's still a straight shot, and just let it finish the end. He kind of feeds through that right side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to get him there.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. This was a terrible spot. Ooh.
You were able to make the most out of it, though.
Yep. I thought I made it. Another shot off the knees. That's how much these laurels really create different looks at the basket, because there's no straight lines. Reid got just inside the circle, it appears. He's still got to fiddle with those laurels, though.
Mm-hmm.
Nice putt. Looked like he went right through the middle of it, too.
Readjust the chains there that he disrupted. It's good. Always good to see the sportsmanship.
Yeah, it was nice to see these guys all come into town. You know, we had three of these are touring players, and they were out on the East Coast, and I'm happy that they made this one of their stops on their trip.
I am as well. Yeah, it's always good to kind of highlight one of the gems we have in the area. And it being pretty shortly after Delaware Challenge.
Right.
And at this point, you've built quite a good rapport with the players, because you've only had a change of one player every round.
Yeah,
so.
Me, Matt, and Colten every time. It was fun. So this one's a slight turnover with a righty forehand. This should be right up Reid's alley right here. What he's been waiting for. A lefty hole. And he's taking advantage of it.
Oh, yeah.
Nice shot.
Real clean.
I'm going with that really flippy Cobra again. That looked good. Here's the righty forehand, which is what this hole is designed for. Oh, it's coming out early.
He should have a view of the pin from where he is, though.
Yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken, that's where one of the alternate pin placements is not far from where Matt landed.
I think the alternate pin's just a straight hyzer, righty backhand hyzer shot. Oh yeah, look, he's definitely putting.
It's a little deceiving from
Yeah.
the tee.
There he is.
Right back on the birdie train.
Nice putt, Matt.
And the way he walks off his putts, too. Oh,
Oh.
that was a good bid. And we got a nice little grouping here.
That's where everybody is.
And at this point, we had a pretty good gallery along with us.
Yep. I think that's what I was they were acknowledging my putt there, and I acknowledged them. Yep. Ooh, snuck it in there.
Yeah. Good thing for the backboard on the back of the cage there.
Yep. Good putt. Nice too.
So it looks like Colten preventing the star frame for us this
Yeah.
time around.
Long. Here we are on hole 15. It's a long shot out of this tunnel. Very important to make sure you get out of this tunnel or you won't get a chance for your birdie. The longer you get, of course, the better chance you have. So you're throwing pretty hard out of that tunnel. But you can land out in this field, and then you have to choose to go down one of these gaps into the woods to a sloping green where they build up this beautiful, beautiful area. I was out there the day they were constructing that, and this club, they had just a giant group of people down there building that all up. They're digging out the earth, making sure everything was level.
Reid's going to find himself in that high grass, but again, still in bounds, just going to be a little more tricky for your footing.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're going to like that one.
Yeah. Hit the middle. Matt down the middle. Here's Ryan. Right on the edge. He might have to have a little bit of grass to deal with, the tall grass.
A little air bounce here for...
Oh, look at that. He should be way out there.
Yeah, kissing the left edge there.
So Matt has to run through some of the tall grass.
And over the years, this hole has become quite a roller hole for the approach.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. We didn't have a catch cam. I was like, what happened? So Reid dealing with some of that tall stuff right in front of him even. And he kept it low, though. That's a good...
That should be really good placement for him.
It's a good lefty approach hole.
And which disc is this that you're using for the roller?
This is a beast. It's an old champion beast.
Looks like it hit that tall grass. And
Yeah, the wind was doing all kinds of weird things, and I couldn't decide what it was going to do, and it ended up, when I let it go, just pushed it to the right. And it really caught a lot of air.
That one just hit a late tree and kicked pretty sharply.
This is now in a very bad spot. I got to hit a little gap through the trees and land on the side of the downslope. And I hit a little something, starts rolling. Oh, I didn't show the finish, but yeah, it rolled right over to the edge of the bricks.
That's great. So slightly downhill putt for you.
But I know from sit. I know from watching your women's coverage of this event that the edge of that circle is only 12 feet. And, I thought that was...
It was like a phantom throw.
But still, very aggressive. Always aggressive with those putts. Such an amazing putter.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
And, that was a tricky area to be putting from as well. So it's really good to see him make solid connection.
Yep. Uphill with all those low branches. I think Matt might even have a little branch in his way there. So he's kind of ducking to the side. Or is that behind him?
I think it's in front of him. Okay. Front right.
Yeah. Nice putt.
But it doesn't matter to him.
Confidence.
He's thanking the crowd there. He definitely had a fan club at this point.
Good work. Nice putt, Reid.
Right there, a 12-foot putt.
Yep.
We're going to take a minute for our sponsors. All right, disc golf fans, we're back at it, jumping into hole 16, 545 feet with the hanging basket. You're going to have OB on both sides and OB long. So basically, everywhere off the tee, you're going to have, the bounds lines to worry about. And as you've been saying, distance isn't always key here, but just keeping it inside and trying to read that wind.
Yep. I mean, even it's 545 feet, so even if you just throw a 300-foot shot, you got 245. Oh, Colten went out of bounds. He must have caught some of that wind that pushed me out on the roller on the last one. Pushed me from the right to the left on this hole.
And from what I understand, when the spotter kind of crosses their flags like that's really a call to have the card check out, right?
I didn't notice it. I just saw the red flag. I think you had a graphic that said out of bounds.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. But yeah, when they cross it, that's usually what the spotter means, that he's going to wait for us to call because it's too close to call.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt kept it low. But look at the
Does
wind
that
lift.
wind help him?
Yeah, and he got another lift right there. So he went big that time.
He's really trying to make you work for it.
As he should. And I wanted to try to make him work for it. But once again, I threw another stellar upshot on this hole.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's still pretty good. As you can see, Colten really... You saw how far Matt threw it, and we're still not to Colten's drive, even though he's out of bounds.
That's going to be a really nice safe 3 for Matt.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering if they're going to show. They don't have ropes here, so you have to go from stake to stake. But I remember it was like an inch out of bounds. We had a little discussion as a group.
Tough break.
So this time I at least hit metal.
Yeah, and it stopped you shorter too, so you're not going back and forth.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you.
A little less wind at this moment, so.
Yeah, I probably bumped it. I was just happy to be done with this hole for the tournament.
Right.
It actually is pretty high. I was thinking the other hole that they raised was really high, but I'm looking at this when they're walking up to it, and it's really high too.
Yeah, I would say it might even be, the same.
Yeah. There you go, Matt Bell with the only birdie. Surprising. It's a pretty straightforward hole to have that many pars on it.
Well, and just really hugging that OB the whole time down there too.
So here we have hole 17, 520 feet, thick through the woods. You definitely want to try to get as far as you can so that you have a chance to make your par at the very worst, but a chance at a birdie. The shot really is to go straight as long as you can and then somehow make it go to the right. So Matt got it out in the middle, which is good, but he's turning it early. It went through though.
Oh no.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, he caught one of the first trees right there.
Yeah, and I think he might have clipped that last round as well, if I'm not mistaken.
So this is actually a good solid shot for a lefty if you can get it straight.
And it snuck right through.
Yep. That's a very good shot right there. That's what you're looking to do. Unless you have a super beat up red turn. You kind of push left and so you get really deep before you start the turn.
Mm-hmm. That just keeps going.
That looks like it went through.
Yeah.
He was trying to follow that yellow mulch road.
Oh, it did fight a pretty good ways there.
Matt is off to the right. Sure, good up. Make that for an easy bird. Yeah, see, Reid got way down here. Probably a long chance for the eagle.
It's a little high.
Not sure what he's looking at. I see the line up. I see he's about 15 feet outside the circle. Ooh, good bid. Yeah, definitely. And here I am about 24 feet for another eagle on this hole. Bam.
Solid connection.
It's definitely the best drive I've ever had on that hole. This putt. Everybody's very acknowledgeable of the gallery.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the club was very happy. They're excited to have all the pros in town too.
Well, and how does that affect your game, being a local to these courses, and then when the touring pros are in town, you know, it bringing a lot more traffic to the round.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's fortunately I'm lucky enough to be around that enough that I'm kind of used to it. But it's good. It's good. It's good that they want to come out here and they want to watch and experience these guys that, you know, do this every day.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and you're no stranger to our coverage, that's for sure.
Right, right. So here we are on at hole 18. Hole 18, 285, but most of us will be throwing in an inside route. We don't go around this outside where the drone has to fly. It's a little flip up to flat putter shot. I threw it way too high again, just like the first round. But I think I hit a magic tree up there, and it kicks me exactly where I needed to go. Even though this is a turn in that direction, I think it works good for the lefty because he can turn it over, and as it hyzers out, it goes in the right direction of the hole.
So you really could just kind of juice it a little more.
Mm-hmm. Matt throwing his glow fly.
Pretty low, just
Yep.
hovering right over
He hits
those trees.
He ends up hitting the laurels short right of the pin. And Colten was having a hard time with this hole.
Nice clean
Good
approach.
Yep. So Matt's buried in laurels again, about 45 to 50, and he's putting with his glow fly now.
Oh my god.
Bang.
That one was probably right side up this time, though.
Nice way to finish off that front knot.
Yeah, what a great shot. With all the obstruction right there to deal with, too. Let's see if the lefty can follow suit.
Good solid putt. Good way to finish off the front 9. Clean card. And there's my disc off that magic tree I told you about. Good way to finish off the front 9. Good clean card. 7 down. Want to keep Matt honest. Colten a little slow on the 9, but no bad marks.
Well, so I mean, you're definitely closing the gap a little bit more, and then widening the gap between you and Colten. So it's a really great way to end that front 9. And so we are looking forward to closing out this event as a whole. Stay tuned for the back 9 coverage final round of the 2019 Stafford Open. Look forward to seeing you again. Take care.